Hey, Stephen A. Brian Windhorst tried to warn you. Hey, Stephen A. Check this out. It's Big Windy. I wouldn't say what you about to say about Kevin Durant. Don't say that shh. All right. Well, go ahead. Spill that beer.
Stephen A., how much belief do you have in the Suns with Kevin Durant as their guy, as their superstar?
Not much.
Ooh.
Not much.
What?
But let me explain why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't question the greatness nor the commitment of Kevin Durant.
Okay.
And you'll be hard pressed to find a bigger fan of Devin Booker than me. I love that brother. I love his game. And Bradley Beal, I love seeing him do what he did last night, and he's very, very capable. But when you talk about Kevin Durant, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to look at Kevin Durant and just measure him in terms of just his talent. It's what ability you have to peel out of others.
Okay. We went on the worldwide tour of all the love you got for Durant and others around him, but then said we're not going to judge him by his talent alone when you just said you love his commitment. That's not talent alone. Keep going.
And his resume, much to the chagrin of his loved ones and various others in his inner circle, and, you know, they've gotten at me over the years, not in a very flattering fashion about the things that I've had to say, and I accept it. That's what comes with the territory. I got to call it like I see it. I think Kevin Durant is one of the greatest talents this game has ever seen.
Agreed.
I think that, you know, what he's done for the game of basketball, the ambassador that he is for the game of basketball, is to be applauded. But the flip side to all of that is that he's been relatively leaderless. He's been very lacking in inspiration in terms of peeling out from those around him whatever you can give him. He'll show up. If you said to me, it's a game 7, it's a game 1, it's a game 5, I don't give a damn what it is. Kevin Durant's gonna show up and he's gonna ball out. But does he get the others around him to do it? Not only does he not do it, he doesn't feel the level of responsibility I think he should feel in getting it out of them. It's like I did my job. I can't help it if somebody else isn't doing their job. Well, to some degree you can. When you're that great and you warrant that much respect and that much deference and reverence, you should be able to be a better leader than he has shown. And because that hasn't been the case, whether it was in Oklahoma City, whether it was later on in Brooklyn, why am I going to believe that that's something that you can do in Phoenix? I don't see that.
We missed the team. Oklahoma City, Brooklyn. Something happened in between there. Oh, we ain't going to count those rings and those finals MVPs because you went to a loaded team. Oh, a loaded team full of leaders, and I became the best player and the best leader because I got the most out of them. Remember, they fell short without me the year before.
Now, Budenholzer's there. He's an outstanding coach, and I think that's an upgrade. But I saw them give up a lead yet again last night. You understand? Before they pulled it out. But I think they'll be better. Tyus Jones
gave up a lead before they pulled it out. They 5-1, and that graphic showed that he beat my Clippers. Damn it!
That pickup, I think, is going to help them immensely because that brother can play, and he's a point guard, and I think that stabilizes them to a large degree, which is why I think there is an upgrade that has arrived, no doubt. But when we talk about Kevin Durant, we're not talking about Kevin Durant's talent and the superstar player that he is. There is nothing to discuss. He is that phenomenal, okay?
Come on.
But if I need somebody that's leading my locker room, that's going to galvanize the troops around me to maximize whatever potential we have, that is where history has shown he has fallen short.
Did y'all see Wendy in the beginning? How he was looking at him like, bro, you really going to go here? That's what we doing? Well, what's amazing about what just happened here is I hope y'all caught it. I hope y'all caught it. As you look at this face, you look at this face, you look at this face, it's the same face. They're asking Kevin Durant to prove a negative, right? Prove that you're not a leader. Because they're not asking him to prove he is a leader, because if they were asking for that proof, they've already seen it. The proof is I went to a team that had accomplished more than any other team in the regular season, and that team fell short. And I was able to go to that team that was a championship team a couple of years ago, the Golden State Warriors, and get them back over that hump. You think that happened just because they inserted talent alone? What's crazy about this is just because people don't like Kevin Durant's moves they say he can't dance. Since you don't like how he gets down, his style of leadership, it's not rah-rah, it's not for everybody to see, it's not for effect, it's not for production value, it's I'm actually committed to this game. And people know that's on my team how I get down. Not only do I work, but we gonna talk about it, but we ain't trying to do it for show. So they asking this man to prove that he's not a leader. When the question should be on you, you prove he's not a leader. He went to a team with Steph Curry, who we all know will go down celebrated as a top 20 player, if not higher, top 15, top 10, who is definitely one of the best leaders and best ambassadors for the game we ever seen. And when playing together, there was no question who was the best player on that team. Oh, you want to argue? Okay. Well, when they needed it most, and the reason they got Kevin Durant was for those finals, be real, they didn't need him for the regular season, 73 wins. Who was the guy that got him over the hump? Celebrated objectively, Kevin Durant. Not just offensively either, that defense. Don't forget those Clipper teams. Don't forget when they were like, they are trapping Steph Curry, and it is getting tough for somebody else to get that shot off. Okay, when we trapping him, he ain't even getting the ball kicked out to Clay. Draymond, we know, we get you, you great. But guess what? We need a little more. And they went and got a little more. Not just talent, but also in leadership. So Kevin Durant caught wind of this. And when he caught wind of this, it became a thing. Because Suns' Kevin Durant is tired of leadership criticism, calls you-know-who, Stephen A. Smith, a clown to me. Let's go into here. So they asked the coach recently about Kevin Durant's leadership, and Coach Budenholzer said it's off the charts. He praised Durant's actions, he praised his voice, and he said the veteran forward has set the tone for the organization in Phoenix. Now, all that sounds great to a 5-1 team. Great, great, great. Move on, next article. But then Durant wanted to know something. Why'd you ask him that? Uh-oh. So now this is a topic that goes back to the episode I just showed you on October 24th, where Stephen A. Smith was taking the shots at Kevin Durant. That made Kevin Durant say, yeah, let me tell you how I really feel. Y'all want to hold my beer? Because I'm about to spill some. Yeah, Stephen A., I don't understand how people even listen to Stephen A. I've been in the league for 18 years. I've never seen Stephen A. at a practice or a film session or a shoot around. I've never seen him anywhere but on TV talking about players. He's a clown to me. He's always been a clown. You can write that too. Okay. And as you can assume, the rest of the article is teammates coming to defend Kevin Durant and his leadership. People talking about, hey, man, the silent assassin, the Slim Reaper is a tremendous leader, et cetera, et cetera. But why do we need that? So I thought it was over, but I guess Stephen A. Smith had that ice cube on for his alarm clock this morning. Oh, yeah. It ain't over, mother.
I got bad news for Kevin Durant. If you're expecting me to reciprocate with that kind of pettiness and childishness, it's not going to happen.
Oh.
Kevin Durant is one of the greatest players to have ever played this game. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a two-time champion and two-time league finals MVP. And I've been on the record saying he's also a good dude. So if he wants to resort to that level, even though we're both grown men, and if he had something to say, he knows my number, and he refrains from doing so, that's what he has to live with.
Okay, let me stop it right there because we got to say it with our chest. Keep it 1,000 wow now. I know this doesn't apply fully because you guys won't see it because of the likability factor or lack thereof of one Jason Whitlock. Since y'all don't like Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith doesn't like Jason Whitlock. It ain't about your response being because we're both grown men, because Jason Whitlock is a grown man. However, I don't like you. You said you respect Kevin Durant, so you're going to give him some respect back. I get it, why you didn't give it to Jason Whitlock. Just don't say it's because we're both grown men. Say what you really mean. Let's go.
But having said all of that, respectfully, Kevin Durant, could you stop lying, please? I've been an NBA reporter, and I was a columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer as well. Kevin Durant has seen me in the locker room when he was at Oklahoma City. He has seen me in the locker room when he was at Golden State. He has certainly seen me at games throughout his career. But Unfortunately for him, I don't have to be at shoot around.
Oh.
And I don't have to be in the post-game locker room. I happen to have a hit show that's been #1 for 12 years. I have other things to do with my time. I go to games all the time. I'm not a beat writer anymore. So let's get that out the way. The other thing that I would say is this, respectfully.
Okay, we got to stop using these choice words. Like, if it ain't no respect, it ain't no respect. Damn it. I've been a player and I've been a broadcaster. Boy, stop. Ain't nothing like playing. I got to pick a side here just because they on two different sides, and I wish they would come together, understand, and respect each other for real. But God dang it. Like, we can't compete. Like, these media cats, and I'm one of them, but we can't act like we doing what they doing out there, and we can't act like they ain't real out there, real people, real players. Like, this is just, and this ain't against Stephen A. Smith. He's just right now the person saying it. Can y'all stop competing against them dudes because y'all can't compete against them dudes? Like, just talk. God dang. Y'all flexing. Because you got a mic. A mic or a ball. Who grew up saying the mic first? Some people.
Kevin Durant is going to have to answer this question. Who's allowed to talk about him? Charles Barkley played this game as a Hall of Famer. He got a Charles Barkley. Shannon Sharpe is a Super Bowl champion, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and a Hall of Famer. He got it, Shannon. He's gotten at players, the C.J. McCollums of the world, the Dennis Schroeders of the world, and others. He's gotten at fans. And, oh, by the way, did it discreetly because he had, accounts that didn't reveal who he was, okay?
Burn.
So there's a whole bunch of things. So I don't understand it. It's contemporaries and colleagues. It's former players. It's present players. It's the media. It's the fans. It's whomever. You know, is anyone allowed to talk about Kevin Durant?
Well, don't do that. Because this is what I hate with fans, and this is what the media got y'all. Everybody's talking about the same thing, a noun, a person, a place, or a thing. Y'all getting fooled because Stephen A. Smith talks about Dak. He talks about LeBron. He talks about games. He talks about teams. And y'all like, yeah, that's it. That's all. He ain't gossiping. He just spitting the real. He just doing his job. But then when a player's like, no, I'm going to talk about you because you're a person. I'm going to talk about a place, ESPN, because y'all over there tripping. I feel a narrative. Y'all over here calling me a leaderless and all this stuff. And then I'm going to talk about a thing, which is the thing that you're doing, your job, or y'all crew, or y'all show. We're all doing the same thing. Can y'all stop with this? You sound silly. And so if people talk about you, Stephen A., they do. If people talk about Kevin Durant, they do. You're allowed to respond. You're responding right now. He's allowed to respond. He responded back then.
Anybody at all? Because I don't understand it. I really don't get it. Anybody that has something to say isn't qualified to say something about him. I'm not going to disrespect him. I respect him too much. And I will reiterate to the audience what I said. He is one of the greatest players to have ever played this game. And regardless of his sensitivity and petulance and flagrant immaturity, he also happens to be a very, very good dude. I've always had profound respect for him. I'm the same guy, Kevin Durant, that you asked to show up on your show, The Boardroom. I'm the same guy that you executive produced a documentary on Stephon Marbury and featured me in it. I'm that same guy that you said you don't want anybody to listen to, yet you had me on stuff you executive produced for people to listen to. Now, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'll have more to say about it, more in depth and more specifically on the Stephen A. Smith Show on YouTube and iHeartRadio this afternoon. I'm not finished at all, but I will not disrespect him the way that he disrespected me.
What was this? Let me just stop. He didn't say you ain't qualified either, Stephen A. He just said you're a clown. God, people, we know the difference.
It's unfortunate that no matter how old he gets, his sensitivity seems to heighten with it, and his maturity doesn't. But that's something he has to live with, not me. I respect him. He's a treasure to the game of basketball. I love seeing him play, and I sincerely wish that he doesn't get swept again in the playoffs like he has 2 of the last 3 years.
God dang. I sit in this sweet spot because I've been on both sides, and I'm not unique. There are other guys who have played the game and obviously have podcasts, shows, etc. I think what makes me unique is I don't like any of them people more than I like what's real and what's true. I really don't. I was raised this way. I'm sorry. Y'all just now getting to find that out. I love everybody. That's why I go everywhere. I talk to all these cats. They got beef with me. I laugh. I see Ryan Clark. He knows that he doesn't like me. He tries to make it where I don't like him. Every time I see him, I say hi. He gets madder. So what? That's your problem, fool. That ain't my problem. I see Stephen A. I haven't seen him since I left Fox. Looking forward to that moment. I'm sure he'll be like, hey, brother, can we talk? You got my number. All that stuff. Whatever. I don't. Everybody is subordinate to the real and the true. Why? Because I got kids in my world that I'm going to leave them. My world, because it ain't the world. What do they say in the circle of life? You ain't going to see all that is to be seen, right? You ain't going to do all that is to be done. We're not. I'm going to show them a slice of this world. A big slice, bigger slice than I saw growing up, but that's it. But guess what? When they take a bite of that slice, they're going to be like, damn, my daddy did something. Real legacy, real truth, real premise and foundation to stand on, not no BS. So look, if you taking shots, I could take shots, but take these shots because I'm going to take mine. Everybody else getting all caught up in like this spot of, oh man, they over there, this is weak, this is gossip, this is BS. No, it ain't. It's life. If you ever been in a locker room, we got problems, but we work them out. You come on this show, we got problems. We're going to work them out. We're going to talk through this problem right here between Stephen A. Smith and Kevin Durant. The problem is simple. Kevin Durant got respect for Stephen A. Smith. He just don't like how he get it done. He doesn't like how he gets down. That's it. Stephen A. Smith got respect for Kevin Durant. He just don't like how he does it, how he gets down. Like I said, they both don't like their moves. I don't like how you moving. I don't like your moves. But that doesn't mean you can't dance. That's all this is about. It's crazy, right? Let's be real, because y'all know we're going to keep it 1,000 out. Did y'all hear anything from Stephen A. Smith that proved that Kevin Durant is not a leader? Oh, he went to teams and they didn't win it all. Okay. That's a part of the game. There are 29 teams every single year that don't win it all. Matter of fact, you can have a tremendous career and not win it all. Matter of fact, you can have a tremendous career and win. You could be like Steph Curry. What is this, year 14, 15? He's won it 4 times. What about the other 14? What about the other 13? That's my point. So when Kevin Durant comes up short, why do we go to the leadership column with him? When other players come up short, we just say they ain't got enough around them. Now, we know Kevin Durant had enough around him in OKC, you say. You got Westbrook. You had Baby Harden before he left and took the money and kept going and becoming the great he is. Oh, well, in Brooklyn, you had Kyrie. You had a big 3. What I trip off of is how we can set a narrative and then set a player on a false trail to prove that narrative wrong, to prove that negative. When said player, if you liked his moves, you would say he could dance and therefore is a leader. How do you go to a team with Steph Curry, play as well for those haters, if not better than Steph Curry, certainly when it mattered most, win finals MVP, not once, but twice, Steph Curry didn't. When you get hurt, Kevin Durant, they don't win it all. I know Steph Curry has some issues, but he wasn't hurt. He was still playing. That dynasty, that era, that winning 2, about to go get 3, whatever, stopped with Kevin Durant. It started with Kevin Durant, too, because if you really want to go there, you win 1, you don't win 1 with the best regular season record ever. Then what happens? Oh, we get him, we win. We get him, we got him still, we win. Oh, he gets hurt, we don't win. Who are y'all trying to call out? And this is what I want everyone to understand behind the scenes. Man, everybody led differently. Y'all be getting fooled by the guy who's in front of the camera on the sidelines barking. I give you the dope that Wade Phillips told me one time. He said, well, I was like, because my dad kept talking about why doesn't Wade Phillips wear a headset? And I remember talking to Wade one day. I was like, yeah, you know, cats be out there saying you ain't prepared and we ain't prepared because you don't even wear a headset. And he was laughing. He was like, you know what's crazy? my philosophy is, if I got to bark and yell and act out on Sunday, I didn't do my job every other day during the week. He believed in his preparation. He believed his players were prepared. Now, go out there and do it. I know you won't do it perfectly, but for me to act out is not for you. That's not for your benefit as much as it is to show everybody I'm the guy. I'm the leader. I'm the one doing this. Y'all be getting food every single time. How many coaches you know, bark, 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 bark coaches get fired? A lot of them, right? Like, what you barking for, dog? You trying to prove something? Did you already tell me that? Well, then, if I didn't do it, remind me. But you barking because you know them cameras on. Steph Curry's one type of leader. Steph Curry is not a boisterous leader. He'll say what he needs to say. He'll get it off his chest. Yes, he's excited. Yes, he can be demonstrative, but he ain't boisterous. He ain't barky. That's Draymond's role, right? Draymond's the better leader than Kevin Durant on that team? Go. When they together? Go. When Durant wasn't there? Yes, I give you that. Oh, when Draymond got kicked out the game, oh, we got problems. It wasn't just a talent conversation. We got problems. When they don't like your moves, they say you can't dance. They call you cupcake. They run with it. They say you're soft. When we all grew up and we all know, hey, go to the free throw line, everybody. First two make it are captains. Okay, I'm a captain. I made mine. Who you picking? The best player. Okay, you pick. Now it's my turn again. Who am I picking? The best player. Why y'all penalizing mentally these guys for doing the same thing we all do, which is want the best team to go out there and get the best outcome? He a cupcake. He weak. He soft. Hey, I ain't here to defend all of that, even though I could. But I am going to defend that this dude's a leader. Do you know I'd rather somebody in action show me they're a leader than words, because actions speak louder. Somebody who for 18 years, y'all can't even deny it. Stephen A. didn't even deny it. Hey, this sucker worked. You said it's not just a talent conversation because he's off the charts in talent, but he's also off the charts in commitment. And that's something that a lot of people can't say. Come on, let's be real. No matter where you work, how many people committed? How many people punching the clock versus how many people like, what clock? He's like, what clock? That's Kevin Durant. My best argument is just the simplest one. He went to where one of the best players ever and best leaders ever was, and respectfully outshined everybody on that roster. He got the hardware to show it. And please stop skipping over somebody's best to say, now look at him. Hey, you know what? Wiley, shoot, if he couldn't do his rip move, what could he do? Well, fool, that's how I got half my sacks. Hey, Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? Without him going to Golden State, what is he? What? That's like saying, well, you know, without Shaq going to the Lakers, who is he? What? I hear you. Well, Shaq won with Dwayne Wade. Who was the better player? They need each other, y'all. Y'all stop this. I give you every example. I give you a player who went to a team and won it all, never won anywhere else. Dennis Rodman. We keep going, right? Then I give you a player like this who, well, Shaquille O'Neal goes to the Lakers, wins. Goes somewhere else, wins. With assistance. Give it to you like Kobe. I stayed here and won with Shaq. Stayed here, won with Pau Gasol. I'm the guy. All this arguing to take away from somebody who we know y'all need to give him something. Give that man his flowers. Simple as that. Or you're going to have that Brian Windhorst face. Let's go one more time to it. You're going to have his face. This is it. This is how you looking. If you ain't giving Kevin Durant his flowers, that's the face. That's the face. All right. Y'all beat it up in the comments. I know y'all mad at this one because y'all don't like Kevin Durant. Y'all don't like how he moves. So y'all don't like his dancing. That's sad. How we get to this place? How we let these people? He literally, Stephen A. literally said nothing to prove he's not a leader. Beat it up in the comments. Give me one statement. Go back and watch the video. Give me one clip, one section of it that said he's not a leader. Hot air. All right, y'all. Make sure you log on to projecttransition.org and help us educate and empower the itty bitties right here. You can see we go out into the community and make sure all these kids know there are different pathways to success. Beyond athletics, beyond entertainment, we show them through educational empowerment seminars and bringing out guests that can show them different pathways to success all the way through. Make sure you do that. We love you guys for your support every single time, every single way. Like Charmaine Thompson, who made a one-time $50 donation supporting Project Transition. Make sure I can read your name as well. DJ That Dude will call this segment, So What You Saying? EPMD comes out to this one. Stephen A. Smith, I hear you, brother. So what you saying? Kevin Durant is a leader. Beat it up in the comments. Go read that thing, boy. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, founder of Project Transition and proud gym member. I'm excited to share with you an opportunity that will support our kids on their mission to making their dreams a reality. At Project Transition, we believe that real change comes from consistent action and support. That's why we invite you to join our powerful gym membership program that is making a difference every single day. As a gym partner, by giving every month, you'll fuel our mission by providing monthly support that turns into real empowerment and education for underserved youth. Your commitment reduces school dropouts, nurtures communities, and funds impactful programs like the Rising Stars Academy that we share. Together, we can turn potential into prosperity. Join the group of community champions driving change. Your contributions will help aid success by providing essential educational resources, building critical life skills, and fostering community strength. There's no better feeling than knowing your support will ignite hope, foster dreams, and empower the next generation. Join us today and be a part of transformative change. Help our youth become greater than their greatest excuse. Become a gym partner. Thank you.